Dyatlov Pass Incident. Imagine you're asleep in a tent. Outside, the temperature is below minus 30 degrees Celsius. The wind screams across a frozen mountain. Everything is silent. Then, suddenly, something terrifies you so much that you slash open your tent from the inside, run barefoot into the darkness, and never come back. What could possibly make 9 experienced hikers abandon safety, clothing, and common sense in one of the coldest places on Earth for more than 60 years? Investigators, scientists, conspiracy theorists, and mystery lovers have searched for answers. Some say it was an avalanche. Others believe it was a secret military experiment. And some are convinced they encountered something that should not have been there. This is the true story of the Dyatlov Pass Incident, one of the most chilling unsolved mysteries in human history. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why people are still obsessed with it today. The year is 1959. The place, the remote northern Ural Mountains of the former Soviet Union. A group of young, highly skilled hikers sets out on what should have been an ordinary expedition. The team is led by a 23-year-old engineering student named Igor Dyatlov. The mission: reach a mountain known as Odorton. The route is difficult. The conditions are brutal, but these hikers are experts. Every member has extensive experience surviving in extreme winter environments. They are not reckless adventurers. They are trained outdoorsmen. The group consists of 8 men and 2 women. Young, intelligent, healthy, optimistic. They carry cameras, diaries, maps, and enough supplies to complete the journey. Nothing seems unusual. In photographs taken during the expedition, they smile, they joke, they play in the snow. No signs of fear, no indication that within days, every single one of them would be dead. On February 1st, 1959, the group reaches the slopes of a mountain called Siak. The name translates roughly to Mountain of the Dead, an unsettling name, but nobody pays much attention. They pitch their tent on an exposed slope. Normally, experienced hikers would camp in a more protected location, but for reasons unknown, they stay where they are. That evening, they eat dinner, write in their journals, take a few final photographs. Then darkness falls. The snowstorm grows stronger. The temperature drops, and sometime during the night, something happens, something so terrifying that the hikers cut their tent open from the inside, not through the entrance, not carefully. They slash through the fabric and escape immediately, leaving behind their boots, their coats, their gloves, even some personal belongings. They flee into the frozen wilderness, half-dressed, barefoot, in temperatures cold enough to kill within minutes. Why? Weeks pass. The hikers never return. Concern grows. Rescue teams are dispatched. Then investigators make a shocking discovery. The tent, it is still standing, partially buried in snow. The contents remain inside, food untouched, equipment abandoned, and most disturbing of all, the cuts in the tent clearly came from the inside. A trail of footprints leads away from the campsite. The footprints suggest the hikers walked away. Not ran, walked, as if they believed they had time, as if they expected to return, but they never did. The search teams follow the tracks, deep into the forest. What they find next becomes one of the most haunting discoveries in modern history. Beneath a large cedar tree, the first two bodies are discovered. Both are barefoot, lightly dressed, frozen to death. Nearby investigators find evidence of a fire. The victims had apparently tried to survive. Then another body, and another, and another. 3 of them appear to be heading back toward the tent, as if they suddenly realized their mistake, as if they were trying desperately to return. Months later, after snow melts, the remaining 4 hikers are found in a ravine. And this is where the mystery becomes truly terrifying. Several victims suffered devastating internal injuries, broken ribs, crushed chests, a fractured skull, yet there were few external wounds. One investigator compared the force to a high-speed car crash. One victim was missing her tongue. Others were missing soft tissue. The injuries seemed impossible to explain. No signs of a fight. No evidence of another group. No obvious attacker. Just 9 dead hikers. And a mountain full of questions. For decades, people have proposed countless explanations. Theory 1. Avalanche. The official modern explanation suggests a delayed snow slab avalanche. A mass of snow could have threatened the tent. The hikers might have escaped quickly, then became disoriented in the darkness. Years later, researchers used computer simulations and terrain analysis to support this possibility. But critics point out one problem. Many rescue teams reported little evidence of a major avalanche. So was it really enough to explain everything? Theory 2. Secret military testing, Cold War Soviet Union. Remote mountains, restricted areas. Many believe the hikers accidentally entered a military testing zone. Witnesses reported strange orange lights in the sky around that time. Were experimental weapons being tested nearby? The Soviet government initially sealed parts of the investigation. That secrecy only fueled suspicion. Theory 3. Infrasound. Some scientists propose a strange phenomenon called infrasound. Powerful winds moving around the mountain could have produced low-frequency sound waves. These waves may trigger panic, anxiety, and irrational behavior. Could invisible sound have driven experienced hikers into terror? Theory 4. Something unknown. This is where speculation becomes darker. UFO sightings, cryptids, paranormal entities, even Yeti attacks. No credible evidence supports these theories. Yet the bizarre circumstances continue to inspire them. Because even today, some details remain difficult to explain completely. In 2020, Russian authorities officially concluded that a form of avalanche was responsible. For many investigators, the case was finally closed, but for others, the mystery remains alive. Because no matter how many reports are written, one haunting question survives. What did those hikers see that night? What convinced 9 experienced adventurers to leave the safety of their shelter and walk into a deadly blizzard? A sound, a threat, a natural disaster, or something they couldn't understand. The frozen mountain keeps its secrets. The snow covers the evidence, and the silence of that winter night still echoes through history. More than 60 years later, the Dyatlov Pass Incident remains one of the world's most fascinating true mysteries, and perhaps the mountain knows the answer, but it isn't telling. Fade to black. What do you think happened at Dyatlov Pass? Tell us your theory in the comments below.